One of the most common mistakes I see new brokers make is chasing failing businesses. Don't do that. I get it though. When you're new, your mind is racing and it's just, how can I get listings fast? And you're like, oh, okay, I heard so and so is struggling. I bet they want to sell. Okay, slow down. They may want to sell, but do you have a listing that's saleable, right? As a broker, you want your focus to be on concepts that people want, concepts that have monetary and intangible value and something you're proud of, not old broken down businesses that are losing money every month. So let's talk about some things that make a business desirable. First and foremost, it's the lease, right? Do they have a long-term lease that's freely assignable, not overly restrictive? Ideally some options in place so a buyer can have a longer runway to make a return on their investment. And speaking of investment, is the business profitable? Are they on an upward trajectory? Do the numbers tell a story of health and growth and money? Does the business owner and the business afford the owner a high quality of life? Do they have days off? Do they have management in place? Can they take a vacation? And you guys, I'm not one of those people that's like, if it's not run absentee, it's not worth anything. I'm all about the owner operated business, but you got to have a quality of life, right? Can the business be replicated? Some people love the idea of taking one unit that's healthy and fully functioning and turning that into 10. There's value there. Tenure. Long tenure is good, unless, of course, it means that you've been there so long that the world has moved on without you. But yeah, buyers love to see a business that have withstood the test of time. And are there proven systems and processes in place? Can an alien from outer space jet down and look at your manuals and your systems and your handbooks and know what's happening? And finally, do you have a favorable reputation and presence in the community? Do you have good reviews? Are you involved in the community? Do you collaborate with other businesses? Is your name out there? Do you have a presence? All those are good things. But here's some things to steer clear of. When you don't have any remaining lease. I don't know where this information got out into the business world that the time to sell your business is at the end of your lease term. Not true. And, if you're in default, if the owner is 6 months behind on rent, just anything that's hairy with the lease, you really want to be wary of. A business that is consistently losing money, remember this, you guys, no one is going to pay money to lose money. Repeat that 3 times. There's very rare cases where it's sort of an asset sale and you buy it just to get the location. But in general, people don't like losing money. Another red flag is if you are starting to work with a business owner and they are a little dodgy about giving you their numbers or valuation materials. Oh, I lost my lease. Oh, my accountant hasn't filed my taxes. And sometimes that's true, but it's not a good sign. Right? And you, ideally being a good ethical broker, are going to do a proper valuation. And to do so, you need tax returns and P&Ls and a balance sheet. And that's what the buyer's also going to want, right? So get this stuff now. And if they won't give it to you, don't pass go. A couple more things to look out for. Concepts that are dying out are antiquated. Think large family restaurants like the 7,000-foot family buffet. Print shops, which have a near and dear place to my heart, but just not as popular as they used to be. Dry cleaners. So things that technology or our modern world has replaced. Yeah, they might be around, but are people really buying them? And location. Is it in an area that makes sense for the concept? I think there's a location and a concept for everyone. It does not have to be in a high rent area. It does not even have to be in a high traffic area as long as it makes sense. But, if there's a concept that depends on foot traffic and there's no foot traffic, or it is an area that is dangerous or just, no one wants to be in, it is going to be a hard sell. So think about that when you are trying to find listings. And finally, the classic owner-operator who works 85 hours a week, has very few employees or management in place. This one sort of goes along the lines of no one's going to spend money to lose money. No one's going to spend money to break their back and have zero life, zero quality of life. So watch out for this. These sometimes can creep up in the older concepts where there's just one guy or gal doing all the things. And that's a hard sell. That's a hard sell. So when you're out there, keep these things in mind. Have listings that are desirable and think about something you would be proud to sell.